Greetings gamers, FiOth here, and in this vid I intended to just review the W-870 starting shotgun, but then I was like, there won't be much useful information if I just say that upgrading the shotgun will serve you well because the gun's gonna be kicking ass. So I was like, what can I do to provide more for the viewer? And I started a comparison with the Riot Gun. So this is a double whammy, 2-in-1 review comparison for the Riot Gun, the W-870, and how they perform, what their characteristics are, and my thoughts on both of them. The gameplay you see here is on professional, of course. This is the castle, the area where you collect the 3 lion head pieces. And we're gonna be talking about both of these shotguns. Let's get a couple of things out of the way. The W-870 you get for free at the start of the game. The Riot Gun you have to purchase. And no, it's not as straightforward an answer as some would think. When we compare the stats later on in this vid, it will become apparent that one of them excels at something that the other does not. All in all, if you are not gonna be using any of these shotguns in a much nuanced way, both will serve you well. If you just wanna play on standard or even hardcore and just have a shotgun that will deal a lot of damage in front of you, there is no question of whether or not these two will provide what you need. But specifics and details are always nice to have, especially when I want to form an informed opinion. So that's why yours truly is going through all this trouble of making these vids. Another thing I want to touch upon, I will not be comparing the Striker at all, because the Striker is vastly different and the Skullcracker is both more intricate in this usage, and of course it's a gun that you get with the deluxe edition if you want to have it from the get-go, so it's not fair to compare. It's a totally different scenario of acquisition. Without further ado, we're gonna move to stats and compare these two beauties. So grab a coldie and let's talk numbers. So let's talk gun stats. This breakdown will take a little bit longer because I wanna run a comparison with the Riot Gun, and it's not as straightforward as you might think, since this is the starting shotgun and the Riot Gun is one that you can purchase in the castle. Most people would think that, well, it stands to reason that the Riot Gun would be better, but in Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 4 Remake, there is no straight answer when it comes to which is the best. Every gun excels at something. So let's have a look. Here is the W-870. It boasts power of 10.1 times 2 if you unlock its special, ammo capacity of 10, reload speed of 0.95, rate of fire of 0.85, and precision of 2.8. So the power goes to 20.2 if you purchase the special upgrade. Now the Riot Gun, power is 12.8 times 1.5. That will net you around 19, closer to 20, so there is very little disparity when it comes to what the power of the gun can do. Ammo capacity of 12, 0.97 reload speed, just 2 milliseconds slower, 1.1 rate of fire and precision of 3.5. In most cases, this one blasts the default shotgun out of the water. So you get a 12.8 times 1.5 damage that is very close, very akin to what you get from the other shotgun, and 2 milliseconds slower reload speed. When it comes to everything else, like the ammo capacity, rate of fire, and precision, this gun will perform better for you. But there is a catch. There is one catch that many people might miss if they just go with numbers. And I'm gonna try to demonstrate in as simple a manner as possible. Like, we get an empty wall here and we shoot the default shotgun. You can see the spread. It kinda covers half of the width of the wall if we could get all the pellets to the furthermost left part, half of the wall would be covered with pellets. That is a pretty widespread. Now we fire the riot gun. As you can see, it's much more circular. I could probably place 3 shots of these things on the length of this wall. And as you can see, the grouping is pretty tight. What does that mean on a positive and what does it mean on a negative note? Shotguns optimally are crowd control tools. When you are up close and personal with the ganados, you want to get them out of your face, get them on the ground so you can finish them off with a handgun or just take another shot and take them out. The riot gun will not do this as effectively as the W-870. It has a more concentrated area of effect, let's say, and that means that you will deal more concentrated damage on probably a single target, but you will not be able to push the mass of enemies out of your way. So depending on how you play, one of these two will serve you well. There is no question about that. But it is important to understand what each one of these can do. Stats are pretty comparable. Where I would say that the Riot is definitely better is the rate of fire and its longer distance precision. But for longer distance precision, you will have your handgun, you will have the TMP. I don't know if this is the optimal way for the average player to get. Also, to the defense of the W-870, the gun is free pretty much at the start of the game. You get it for free and you don't have to purchase the shotgun that you'll be using if you choose to go with the W-870. The riot gun you have to purchase. Now, they did a really good job with the fact that they allow you to sell a weapon you don't use for pretty much the entirety of its upgrade cost. So if you don't like something, you sell it and then you get something else and work with that. Of course, let me be clear, the repurchasing of said gun will mean that you get it back vanilla, no upgrades. So it's not the best idea to just sell stuff, rebuy it, sell stuff, rebuy it. You'll have to re-upgrade the entire thing. But if you want to experiment and you are in the castle at the moment or replaying on a hard difficulty setting and just thinking which gun might serve you the best, give either of those an honest chance. I'm not comparing the Striker at all because the Striker is an automatic, much larger capacity, totally different play style. I just wanted to get the pump actions out of the way and then I will move forward and try the Striker and present the review for that in the near future. So sub, like, share, hit the notification bell, guys. I'm covering pretty much everything I can get my hands on Resident Evil 4 Remake. And until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!